You got anything you want to discuss?
Well, I will say I just presented at Mike Boyle's. The word academy is popping in my head. Mike Boyle's facility the other day, and there were 2 people there who were actually in the mentorship. Carrie was there, and I don't want to mispronounce his name. Chris or Christos was there as well.
Chris, yep.
Chris. And so shout out to them. They came over and said hello. And
that's awesome.
It was a really, really fun time seeing some people in the mentorship there. It was a really good opportunity, a good speaking gig. There were some really good questions about social media. There was one woman who said something that I found very interesting, and I sort of went in on it. I hesitate to go really hard in a live presentation. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm singling them out. But she did say something that I thought was worthwhile to discuss here on the podcast. And I'll start by saying, and I hate that I have to preface this because people are going to say, oh, you're picking on this person. No, I'm not picking on this person. I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest and blunt. Basically, she asked me to the effect of, she didn't ask. She said she didn't want to have to learn how to do jump cuts. She doesn't want to take the time to do jump cuts in her videos. And she knows that jump cuts might be helpful and they might help people watch the video more, but she just has no interest in doing that. And that wasn't even her question. That was just an aside that she said during her question. And this is at Mike Boyle's facility. This is one of the greatest facilities in the world for strength and conditioning, where people who want to become some of the best coaches ever will go. And that's why this woman was at the seminar, because she probably wants to be an amazing coach that helps a lot of people. And I just find it very interesting that someone, and not just this person, but coaches in general, or even across any population, will put in so much time and so much effort and so much money and so much energy into doing what they need to do in order to learn how to help people to the best of their ability. But then when it comes to actually disseminating that information and putting it out there for people to actually find, they're not willing to equally learn how to make that information more accessible to people, to help those people, to help grow their business. And I explained this. I was like, I remember I wrote a Facebook post. It was probably back in 2013 or 2014, several years into my online business. And I said, just to the effect of, I made a Facebook status when that was a thing. I don't know if that's still a thing anymore, but I was like, man, if I was in high school, if someone told me when I was in high school that in order to be a really great coach, I would have to learn how to be a great writer, I'd have to learn search engine optimization, I'd have to learn video editing, I'd have to learn like all these things, I probably would have paid more attention in school. But especially when it comes to jump cuts, I wanted to talk about that because you and I talk about the main importance of good content is just good content, that your information is good. And that's the most important part. But there are other things that can also help, right? The most important thing with working out is just getting in, doing something, right? But there are ways to make your workout more effective. There are things that you can do to make it more efficient, to get better results that take it just a little bit further. Jump cuts are the same thing. Jump cuts are something that don't take a lot of time. They're a little bit tedious, but they actually make your content so much more watchable. And I don't really use them on YouTube because for YouTube, I prefer longer form videos. I prefer people taking the time to sit down. And usually with YouTube, people are prepared for that. People are prepared for longer videos and they're okay with that. But for Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, if you're using it, whatever it is, jump cuts are really, really important. And they can actually allow you to get more content in a much shorter period of time, which is helpful on a reel or a TikTok style video. So if you're taking the time to make great content, but you don't want to take the tedious 4 to 7 minutes to jump cut your video to make it so that more people will watch that video and benefit from it, like you're really not willing to do everything it takes to be the best that you can be and to help people. And that's just what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm. I love it. You're willing to go into the gym, do your entire warm-up, do your warm-up sets, and then hit your 3x8 Bulgarian split squat, but you're not willing to take that set close to failure you're stopping 7 reps short of failure, even though you're an intermediate trainee and your goal is to build muscle, you're leaving progress on the table. Could be better.
100%.
You can make amazing content, but if it's not well edited, you're not going to reach as many people.
Facts.
And guess what? So there's an alternative. It's like, if you really, really, really don't want to do that, pay money and outsource it.
Yep.
But one way or another, if it's more effective for reaching more people, then it has to get done. Or just be so good that it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Which is probably harder than spending the 4 to 7 minutes to do the jump cut.
That's exactly.